And ang panawagan namin is intayin nila kami. Ano? Intayin nila na kami naman ang magpresenta ng aming ebidensya para pabulaanan lahat ng mga lumalabas ngayon laban sa ating Vice Presidente. Well, the defense team is not here to lose, hindi ba? So, binuo kami, we only have one target. It's not just to win, but actually to show the general public and the people of the Philippines na walang katiwalian, na walang katotohanan sa mga ikangay katiwalian na binabato sa ating Vice Presidente. And when we talk about vindication, last year, di ba, tinatanong kami, do you feel vindicated with the Supreme Court decision? Kami mismo nag-admit na hindi kasi wala pa tayo sa merits. So maybe only that time will the Vice President feel vindicated. No? And that's what we're here for. We're here to protect the rights of our client, and we're here to show the evidence, to present the evidence, to test the evidence of the prosecution, and to show the Filipino people na hindi corrupt ang ating Vice Presidente at walang katiwaliang ginawa ang ating Vice Presidente sa kanyang termino. If it does go to trial, let's wait for the trial. Hintayin na lang kami mag-cross-examine so we can unmask, all these witnesses against the Vice President and show you kung ano ba talaga ang nangyari dito sa mga aligasyon na ito.
Good afternoon po. Kahapon po lumabas din sa hearing na di umano nakatanggap ng pera si VP Sara and her relatives from a certain Samuel Uy na allegedly ay isa pong drug lord. Comment ko lang po dito. And does she know Samuel Uy?
Thank you, Victoria. As to her personally knowing Samuel Uy, hindi namin napag-usapan pa. But with, I think it's open, it's public information naman na kaibigan talaga ni PRRD, si Samuel Uy. Now, as to the allegation of him being a drug lord, I think that's, I don't have the facts. That's merely an allegation, no? So we shouldn't conclude anything out of that. Again, unless proven in the court of law, I don't even want to go there and say alleged drug lord. Kawawa rin naman kasi yung tao, no, na nadadama yung pangalan. Pagdating dito sa mga perang na banggit kahapon, I think ang sabi ay manager's check. We have to note that ang nakasabi lang naman is a manager's check was allegedly nagpagawa ng manager's check, allegedly si Sammy Uy, wherein the recipients are the Vice President and ganito and who else. So, yun lang yung nakasulat no? Wala naman dun anything na natanggap talaga nila. And as you know, the Vice President already issued a statement denying that she had received any of these amounts of money that were presented yesterday. Now, again, we don't want to get into the details, but those checks, we're confident that we will be able to clarify everything and show the public kung ano talaga yung nangyari sa checks and kung meron man talaga, no, pagdating ng trial.
And also, Attorney, si Committee on Justice Chair Luis Tro, sinabi naman po niya kanina sa isang interview na the evidence versus VP Sara surpassed threshold of probable cause for impeachment. Your comment on them?
Well, I guess, again, with all due respect to Chairperson Luis Tro, no, I don't want to be debating with her, but it's being the chairperson of the Committee on Justice, sabi nila, yan nga ang trabaho nila, mag-determine ng probable cause with that statement. So I guess we know what her position is, and they put it to a vote. Again, nasa kanila naman yan, yung determination ng probable cause. If it so happens that talagang magkaroon ng determination of probable cause, this is given to plenary and transmitted, we will not anymore debate on what they did there, but we will just face them in the Senate. Of course, without waiving the petition that we filed before the Supreme Court regarding what we see as constitutional infirmities, no, dito sa mga proceedings na ito.
Next is Mr. Jason Rubrico, SMNI.
Hello, attorneys. Jason po ng SMNI. Sir, first question, dahil under po sa AMLA, banks are under po sa Section 9 ng AMLA, it provides po that SDRs and CDRs shall not be disclosed and are protected from public release. And this confidentiality po is reinforced by the bank secrecy law and related financial privacy laws. So babalikan ko lang yung tanong, sir, posible po bang may nalabag na batas ang AMLAC at ang House Committee on Justice sa paglalantad po ng bank accounts ni VP Sara Duterte and Attorney Mans Carpio, and posible po ba na dadalhin rin po ninyo ang usapin na ito sa Korte Suprema if may nakita po kayong paglabag sa constitutional rights ni VP Sara?
Can I think you said it yourself, no? Kung yun yung nilalaman ng batas, malinaw naman yung sinasabi ng batas, that those information are strictly confidential, cannot be disclosed, hindi ba? But we've seen otherwise from what happened before the committee hearing yesterday. Now, as to any actions that we plan to take or the personalities involved plan to take, that's something that I hope you understand we will not be able to disclose at this point.
Just to add on, we are, and just to emphasize, we are fully aware, in fact, that Section 8A, if I'm not mistaken, of the law as amended. No?
Sir, second question, ano po ang panawagan po ninyo sa public? Kasi parang ang lumalabas po na lahat po ng mga sinasabi doon sa House Committee on Justice ay parang tinatanggap na katotohanan ng iilan. So ano po ang panawagan ninyo sa publiko sa gitna po ng usapin ngayon involving the Vice President?
Siguro simple lang po talaga ang panawagan namin. No? Let's just be cautious doon sa mga lumalabas without saying that they're false because that's really not my point. I'm not saying false yung mga lumalabas. All I'm saying is we have to be cautious, especially with the way things are being presented. And ang panawagan namin is intayin nila kami. Ano? Intayin nila na kami naman ang magpresenta ng aming ebidensya para pabulaanan lahat ng mga lumalabas ngayon laban sa ating Vice Presidente.
Sir, pahabol, last question. Kasi sinabi po ni Vice President Sara dun sa kanyang statement, isa sa mga nasa likod ng mga parata ng former Senator Trillanes is the sitting president. So, may magiging hakbang po ba ang defense team laban po sa Pangulo?
I don't think we're I don't think we're at liberty to discuss things like that because we're just limited to the impeachment proceedings. So sa atin di kami magkokomento anything outside, especially of course if it relates to the president. Wala po kaming kinalaman diyan. Kami po ay dito lang po kami sa impeachment nakafocus.
Ms. Nympha Ravelo, DZWB.
Good afternoon po, attorneys. Question ko po una, sasagutin nyo ba o hindi na talaga sasagutin o i-refute yung pong mga lumabas na allegations sa House?
Sasagutin po sa impeachment court. Doon po natin sasagutin lahat yon. Doon po naman ang tamang forum kung saan namin masasagot lahat ng yon.
So, wala at all po, hindi na kayo magsasabit ng any pleadings or any manifestation sa House Committee on Justice?
We have to wait for developments. No, we cannot say that we will not submit any manifestation whatsoever. But you have to remember that the main petition before the Supreme Court is really questioning the jurisdiction as to the nature of the proceedings that are being conducted. Again, hindi namin kino-question ang power of the House to initiate impeachment proceedings. I think that's very clear under the Constitution. We don't want to even try to blur that line. I mean, admittedly, they have the sole power to initiate. Ang kino-question lang po namin ay jurisdiction in terms of conducting this type of committee hearings.
And then, di ba isa doon sa reason po ng inyong pagdulog sa Supreme Court yung sinasabi na mini trial na yung nangyayari? Napatibay po ba nung nangyari kahapon yung inyong argumento na yan at gagamitin po ba yan sa pagpa-file ng panibagong petition or any rejoinder sa Supreme Court?
Well, una-una, we cannot file a new petition anymore, no? Kasi may pending na tayong petition. But if you're asking us if what we've seen so far from the committee hearings actually support what we had stated in that petition, I think we're not naive, hindi ba? We have observed what's been happening sa committee hearings, pati yung pagpapalabas ng iba't ibang subpina para kumuha ng mga sinasabi nilang ebidensya, kahit ang mga ito ay hindi naman bahagi ng dalawang impeachment complaints na sinasabi nila ay under preliminary investigation, di ba? In fact, it's probably important to tell you now that maging yung supplemental affidavit ni Mr. Madriaga, yung AMLAC report, yung affidavit ni former Senator Trillanes, and all those other evidence that they were able to obtain na after final yung impeachment complaint, wala kaming kopya niyan bago yan ibinahagi sa komite. Kasi nga, hindi siya kasama ng impeachment complaint. Pati yung notice or yung desisyon ng COA on the appeal of the Vice President at ng ibang respondents doon sa confidential funds. Bigla na lamang doon sa komite, sinabi na denied na, no? Which, that's fine. Kung sinabi nila sa unang hearing, April 14, am I right? April 14, na wala na deny na yung appeal ng Vice President. And I think you've seen some of the personalities na they were claiming, final na ba yan? Final na ba yan? Of course, hindi final. I think alam naman yan ng komite na hindi yan final. Alam din yan ng COA na hindi pa yan final. In fact, I can recall na sinabi ni Attorney Camora na meron pang remedyo. There's still a legal step that can be done by the respondents in that appeal to elevate it to the Supreme Court or to question the decision of the COA. So, hindi pinal. Kung ipipilit na pinal na yung COA decision na yan o yan ay maaari nang maging batayan para doon sa sinasabi nilang pagbabalik, restitution, etc., etc., mali yan. Mali. I mean, I invite you all have access to the internet. You will find na hindi yan pinal. At kung sino man magsasabi na pinal yan, ay hindi nagsasabi ng tama.
Mr. Lance Mexico, Newswatch Plus.
Salamat po. Natanong na rin ako kanina pero para lang po ma-clarify, pasensya na. Sa tingin niyo ba na may na-violate ang mga karapatan ng Vice President dun sa pag-release ng mga information ng AMLAC at ng documents ng BIR kahit na hindi nabuksan yung sa BIR documents, and what do you intend to do about it?
Same answer po. We are aware of provisions of law that provide for the confidentiality of such documents. As to what we're going to do about it, as I said, we're not at liberty to disclose the legal steps that we will be taking regarding these matters.
Mr. Lance Mexico, Newswatch.
Good afternoon, sir. So, kanina po you've also explained kahit hindi masyadong detalyado na dun sa 6.7, it's probably aggregated, etc. Perhaps, sir, without going into detail lang din, what's the simple explanation dun po sa wala daw cash on bank and in hand si VP Sara from 2019 to 2024, and yung 3 years dun at least ay sakop nung kaniyang termino bilang Vice President?
Opo. Thank you for that question, Sir Lance. No, I guess the simple explanation in consultation with, of course, the client, because is she disclosed. She disclosed. No, I can understand na the confusion kasi accurate naman sinasabi, walang line item ng cash in bank. Accurate naman yun. No? But what I'm saying is she disclosed because it was all lumped under yung others. No? Kasi sa personal items, kung makita nyo dun sa SALN, nakasulat dun vehicles, others, ganyan. So, yung cash in bank, kasama siya dun sa others. So, she disclosed, no? Yung walang sinasabi dun na wala siyang cash in bank. Nakalump lang siya sa others.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
But I just wanted to clarify kasi baka sabihin parang sinasabi naming mali o sinungaling yung mga House members yesterday. Hindi naman po. Kasi ang sinasabi naman nila is walang line item ng cash in bank. So now we're just clarifying upon consultation with our client na she disclosed all of those actually. It was just lumped under others or I think various, one of those things.
Alright, thank you po for the explanation. Yung isa ko naman pong tanong, you've mentioned, sir, no, na, and si ma'am, sabi niyo hintayin na lang yung publiko na dun sa detailed answer kapag dumating tayo sa trial. But sir, siguro, just in the scenario na walang probable cause or there's no trial na mangyayari sa Senate, even though may mga nagsasabi na ng mambabatas na may probable cause to move the impeachment proceedings or move the impeachment case, can the public still expect a detailed answer on these allegations and these financial records kahit po walang trial?
Wala pa kasi tayo doon, so napakahirap sumagot. But this is partly also why we're here, di ba? Because we all realize this is both a political and legal exercise, di ba? It's a sui generis matter. Kaya nga, kahit kami, sa totoo lang, ayaw namin nagpapa-interview. In fact, ako, try talaga ako although kailangan, nagtatry akong umiwas sa inyo. Alam niyo yon kasi minsan nakikiusap ako sa inyo na hindi mo na magpapa-interview because kami, we're more focused on the legal. Ayaw namin nung public debate. No? But in any case, we do understand that along with the legal, this is also a political matter. And that's why as much as I can, and the defense team can, we try to, oblige certain interview requests para lang ma-explain sa public generally. Para lang hindi magkaroon kaagad ng misconception dun sa mga nangyari. But we're too far from that. Tingnan muna natin kung anong magiging desisyon ng ating House of Representatives ukol dyan. At kung magkaroon man ng, you never know, sabi nga ng Senate, they will start, diba, the trial forthwith, kaagad, pag umabot sa kanila itong articles of impeachment. So, pinaghahandaan talaga ng defense team yan sa ngayon.
Lastly, Mr. Ched Gatchalian of Billionaire News Channel.
Good afternoon po, attorneys. May one more hearing pa sa April 29. Ang topic daw na pag-uusapan is i-scrutinize yung alleged evidences, threats umano ni VP, kay PBBM, kay First Lady at former House Speaker Romualdez. Ano po yung expectations ninyo dun sa hindi nagaganapin? And so far, kahit wala pa yung presentation of evidences, ano ba yung overall stance ng defense team with that issue?
Well, actually, the issue of grave threat is pending litigation. It's nasa DOJ yan, no? So we have already submitted our defenses there. Pagdating naman sa expectation namin sa hearing, honestly, mas maganda siguro itanong na lang sa members ng Justice Committee kasi wala talaga kaming alam, no, kung ano yung mangyayari that day. Kami lang, handa lang, meron na kaming posisyon on the grave threat issue at obviously we cannot disclose that as of the moment, but you will see our position if ever this goes up to the Senate. I think malinaw naman na sa amin na kaya naming depensahan ng Vice Presidente ukol dyan sa nangyari yan.
Siguro, if ever man napapa-akit ito sa Senate, gano'n confident yung defense team na mananalo kayo for VP Sara and bakit?
Well, the defense team is not here to lose, hindi ba? So, binuo kami, we only have one target. It's not just to win, but actually to show the general public and the people of the Philippines na walang katiwalian, na walang katotohanan sa mga ikangay katiwalian na binabato sa ating Vice Presidente. And when we talk about vindication, last year, diba, tinatanong kami, do you feel vindicated with the Supreme Court decision? Kami mismo nag-admit na hindi kasi wala pa tayo sa merits. So maybe only that time will the Vice President feel vindicated, no? And that's what we're here for. We're here to protect the rights of our client, and we're here to show the evidence, to present the evidence, to test the evidence of the prosecution, and to show the Filipino people na hindi corrupt ang ating Vice Presidente at walang katiwaliang ginawa ang ating Vice Presidente sa kanyang termino.
Last question lang po, Ina Hernando Malibon, Manila Bulletin.
Hi, Ina. I haven't seen you for so long.
Hello. Hello, sir. Hello, everyone. Just one question lang po. No? How is your client, the Vice President, amidst all this? You mentioned kanina that you've discussed things with her. So, kumusta naman po siya amidst all this?
Business as usual, ang ating Vice Presidente, I really admire her strength, no, throughout all this. It's been happening since, I think, 2023 na parati siyang may atake. So, and I've seen it up close when I was with her. So, kilala niyo naman ang Vice Presidente natin. She's just business as usual. She's going about her business, dito sa OVP. Sinisigurado lang niya na tuloy-tuloy ang mga proyekto ng OVP. At pagdating naman dito sa mga problemang legal, nandito naman ang defense team niya na binuo niya maaga pa para sigurado na siya na madedepensahan siya ng tama, no? Kung sakali mang umabot tayo sa impeachment trial.
We thank our colleague from the media. Before we end, we invite the defense team to share any closing message.
Siguro, hindi na po kami mag-closing message. Isang malaking pasasalamat na lang po sa inyong lahat. At isang paumanhin, because in the next few days, I will really not give too many interviews. Pili lang po talaga, not because of favoritism or anything like that, but because, as you know, again, we do not want to litigate this case in the media. We want to follow process. At pagdating sa media, it's really clarifications that we give. We respect yung pananaw both ng mga supporters natin and even those who are against us. So we don't want to engage in any debate with them. Clarification lang din po yung gagawin ko sa media in the next few days. At anytime naman po na sa tingin namin kailangan talagang may ma-clarify na malaking bagay, we will always be here to give you a press con. And pag nagsimula naman po siguro yung impeachment trial, we will definitely oblige, no? In fact, that's why sinama ko rin dito si Attorney Narvasa, si Attorney Bodota, meron pa kami si Attorney Benluan, who will also help me pagdating sa communications sa media, kung ano yung mga pangyayari para lalong maintindihan ng ating mga kababayan kung ano yung mga legalidad at pangyayari na mangyayari sa trial sa pang-araw-araw. Thank you. Yeah, sige po.
Times and we're asking this again, Attorney. So, may isa pang hearing. So, are you saying na wala na talaga kaming aasahan na any attendance from the VP nor anyone from the defense team dahil talagang doon lang kayo sa impeachment court sasagot?
Yes, because that has always been our position. And we have to be and I think the members of the House also understand that is our position. We filed a petition before the Supreme Court and we have to maintain and be consistent with that position.
I had to ask kasi that the chairman kahapon made an emphasis again na for the second time, ang empty chair lang ang aming kaharap. So, she's still maybe somehow hoping still that, one day, anybody from the team or no less than the VP would appear at the
Opo, sa amin, that's our position. From the members of the team, again, it's the same Kung pumunta kami doon, it will be inconsistent with our position. And even if it wasn't, wala din naman kaming magagawa doon because again, our role is only to assist. We are the client, no? Or the respondent in this case. We are not even allowed to cross-examine, which is okay because again, what we're saying is, if it does go to trial, let's wait for the trial. Hintayin na lang kami mag-cross-examine so we can unmask, all these witnesses against the Vice President and show you kung ano ba talaga ang nangyari dito sa mga aligasyon na ito.